What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for the BT12 format, and we have our purple deck in Beelzemon X-Antibody. I've been waiting to play this deck for a while. I held off when the starter deck came out because I wanted to play it at its full potential, and I am super excited to show you what I've come up with for Beelzemon. If any of you know, I took my Beelzemon Blast Mode deck after the EX2 format in early BT9 to my first online regionals, and I came in the top 128th for my first regionals, which was really cool. So I have a special place in my heart for this deck, especially since Beelzemon is one of my all-time favorite characters of the show. So let's get into it, and I'll show you guys my Beelzemon X-Antibody deck profile. So finally, we're not playing Pagumons, we're playing the Yamons from ST14. He has a when attacking, if this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord in its traits, trash the top two cards of the deck. It's not a you may, so it's an automatic. So if you're attacking, you are trashing the top two cards of the deck. So you gotta be careful because you don't want to mill out. You have so much control in this deck that the mill 2 is actually better than the on deletion. Start out for our level 3s. We're playing 3 of the Impmon from EX2, which lets you on play real top 4 and search a Beelzemon and an Imako. Also, he has an inheritable. If this Digimon has an Beelzemon in its name, it gets 3,000 plus DP, which is huge. And if it's milled from your deck, other than by its own effect, it can mill an extra 3 cards. So it helps your mill chain go off really nicely. You have the new Impmon from the starter deck. He's when attacking, if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Beelzemon from your trash for a Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. So a lot of the Digivolutions for Beelzemon are like 4 costs. Well, not all of them. Some of them are 4, some of them are 3. So this already decreases that to 3. Plus, it can be a Beelzemon in your trash. You just gotta have 20 cards. The only thing is that you need to have him on board. So you either need to have him in raising, or there's another way to get him. Because if you summon him off of, say, like a Beelzemon EX2 ability, he won't be able to attack, so he won't be able to use the ability. So you got to be really careful and smart about how you play him. And then on his inheritable, he's got your turn once per turn. When a card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. You play 4 of the new Impmon X-Antibody from BT12, which has on play or when Digivolving. By trashing 1 option card in your hand, you may return 1 Digimon card with Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord trait from your trash to your hand. So you recycles your combo pieces that you mill to your hand by throwing out an option card. And there are a few option cards that are good to throw away from your hand. We are playing a bunch of option cards. Plus, he's a 0-cost Digivolution on your Impmons. He's the only Impmon you want to play. He's the only X-Antibody card that you actually want to play on top of, you know, his counterpart in this deck, as far as I'm concerned. And then when attacking, inheritable, trash top 2 cards of your deck, so just adds to that mill ability for when attacking. The one thing about him, though, is that he cannot be summoned off an EX2 Beelzemon because it's you're summoning an Impmon, not a Impmon X-Antibody. Unfortunately, you can't do that. So it's our 12 rookies. For level 4s, pretty simple lineup. We have 4 of the Wizardmon, the promo. When this card is trashed in your deck, gain a memory. So he's got an awesome mill ability. And then inheritable, when attacking, you may reveal a purple card in your hand and return it to the top of your deck. So he lets you set up your mills, which is just super important. Then we play 4 of the Wizardmon X-Antibody. When Digivolving, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. If this card has Wizardmon or X-Antibody, it's Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gains blocker until the end of your turn instead. So not really that great. You don't want to play him. He's only 2 to Digivolve. You want the when Digivolving mill 2. You don't want the blocker ability. And he has the same inheritable. When attacking, trash the 2 cards of your deck. So you really don't want to play him on the, it's not that great. So that's it. Just the 8 level 4s. We're playing for level 5s. We're playing 4 of the Ballmon from the starter deck. When Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. When Digivolving, this Digimon gains on deletion. If there are 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play a Beelzemon from your trash without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn. So really great on deletion ability, really great when Digivolving. And then your turn, inheritable. While this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord in its traits, it gains plus 2,000 DP. So again, really good. That boost to your guy. Your Beelzemons are going to be big. We play 2 Beelzemon X-Antibody. I'm not sold on this yet. I see a lot of people playing 1, and I was kind of like, 5 level 5s. I just wanted a little bit more, so I decided I was going to try 2. He's 0 to Digivolve from Beelzemon. But you never want to do that because he's got, when Digivolving, return X-Antibody from your trash to your hand. So if you mill your X-Antibody, you get it back. Then he has when Digivolving as well. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck. If this Digimon has Beelzemon or X-Antibody in its Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon instead. Not a bad ability. You generally probably want the mill 3. This could come up more than the Wizardmon. You're generally always going to want to either play him or him, but this could come up on him. You're never going to do that with the Wizardmon. So it's just those ones. And I think I missed his inheritable. He gets 2,000 DP for Wizards or Demon Lords, so he gives you that boost again. And then we have our level 6s, the most important part of this deck, the Beelzemons. 4 of the EX2 Beelzemons, I think you need to run 4. It's just so good. When it's milled, you get to summon an Imon for free. That's just super huge. And when this, and then when Digivolving and when attacking, you may trash the top 2 cards of your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, the level goes up by 1. So just really strong. 3 cost Digivolution, so super cheap, really good to mill it. You just love to see it. And then we have 2 of the ST14 Beelzemon. I really like this guy. I wasn't sure because I really like the original Beelzemon. I liked having him in the deck. I even like that BT10 Beelzemon, but he just didn't really do enough, unfortunately, for the archetype. When Digivolving, trash the top 4 cards of your deck. That's huge. He's a 4-cost Digivolution. All turns, once per turn. When a card is trashed from your deck, gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash. So he can potentially, reduce his cost by 1 to 2 early game and 3 to 4 late game. And then once per turn, your turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, this Digimon gains security attack +1. So you're checking 2 cards. So he does have some really great attacking ability. Plus, you can summon him with the Impmon, with the starter deck Impmon. You attack with him, and then you Digivolve into this guy for 3, gain back 2 memory, security check, and just get a whole bunch of stuff off, and it's really good. And then finally, our last level 6s are the reason we call this Beelzemon X-Antibody. The new Beelzemon X-Antibody, Digivolve 1 from Beelzemon, and 4 if you're on a level 5. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has Beelzemon or X-Antibody in its Digivolution cards, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack for every 10 cards in your trash. So if you're having a bad game, but you've milled a lot, you can potentially just shred your opponent's security with one of this guy. And then on deletion, you may play a card with Impmon in its name from your trash without paying its cost. So he gets you back the Impmon if he dies. Really strong, really big, just such a great card, and one of the reasons why this deck is just so good right now. That's it for our Beelzemons. 8 Beelzemons. That's a lot. We're playing 1 Beelstarmon. I think this is really good because it gives your Impmons, you can potentially late game summon her for like 3. So you play this card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 4 for every 10 cards in your trash. So if you have 30 cards in your trash, it's costing you like 1. And if you have 20 cards in your trash, which you want because that's what you need, the Impmon that you want to be able to summon off of her, it'll cost you, I can't do math, 5. It costs you 5. So that's still not terrible. But yeah, she can be a 1 cost. And then once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Impmon from your trash without paying the cost. The Digimon played by this effect gains Rush for the turn. Opponent's turn, when opponent's Digimon attacks, trash the top card of your deck. So this is just really good. because it gets you that Impmon with Rush, and then you can attack and Digivolve into a the ST14 Beelzemon or any other Beelzemon from your trash for free. Get security attack +1. Just I think having one of her is actually really, really good. And then we have two, for our level 7s, we have 2 Blast Mode, the new Blast Mode from the starter deck. When this card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards of your trash, increase the level you can choose. So the old one deleted at level 4, but this guy can delete more. So that's actually even better. It's a 4-cost Digivolution on a level 6. When Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. For every 20, if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, gain 3 memory. So he almost pays for himself if you get the 20 cards, which this deck does super easy, unless you really, really brick. So, yeah, and so he unsuspends and just gets you more attacks, gets you more memory. Just really, really good card. That's it for our monsters. We play 4 Mako for the Tamers. This is the new one. You don't need the old one. You don't need to summon this. This is so cheap that you don't need to summon it from, your trash. Yeah. And then, so on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add a Digimon card with Evil, Wizard, Demon Lord trait among them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck. So it searches out your combo pieces. It's only 3 cost. When one of your Digimon digivolves into a purple Digimon by suspending this Tamer, return 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck and gain 1 memory. So you set up your mills. You gain memory off of it. It's so good that way. You have so much control with this deck, so much combo orientation, putting cards back on the top of your deck to mill to get their abilities. So yeah, you need the 4. And then we have our option cards. This is the last part of the deck. We have 4 Rivals Barrage. When this card is trashed from your deck, you place it in your battle area. So basically, it has a delay. So its main ability is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So that's the 7-cost ability. And its security ability is the same. But if it's trashed, you get to put it in there so you can have a main delay ability the next turn, which is return 1 purple Digimon card or Tamer from your trash to your hand. So it gets you your pieces. Stays on your board, and you get to send it away for your pieces. So you need 4 of this. Deathslinger, we're only running 3, and that's why I'm running the second Balmon. If I was going to cut this down to 5, I would run a 4th Deathslinger. So it's 4 cost. When this card's trashed from your deck, you gain a memory. So again, it's really good. It gets you memory when it's trashed. You have all these great abilities that go off when it's trashed. And delete one of your opponent's Digimon at level 4 or lower Digimon, and for every 10 cards, increase the level by 1. So it's really great, and you get to activate its main effect from security, so that's good too. Playing 1 of the new 7th full cluster, which is when it's trashed, your turn. When one of your Digimon digivolves into Beelzemon X-Antibody by returning this card to the bottom of your deck, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So if it's in your trash, you can use it to delete their lowest level Digimon on the field when you digivolve into X-Antibody or into Beelzemon X-Antibody. And its main ability, if you play it for 7, is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So it's just nice because it recurs. Like you can put it back, turning it to the bottom of your deck, you pop something, which if might be their boss monster if that's the only thing they have on board because it's just the lowest level guy. It just gives you some value in the trash, so it's actually really good if you mill it. Or you can have it in your hand and discard it for Impmon X-Antibody's ability, which is also really good. And lastly, we have X-Antibody, which again, you can add back with the Balmon X-Antibody, so that's really great. So total of 9, sorry, I can't count. Yeah, 9 options. It would be 10 if I wasn't running the second Balmon X-Antibody, which I don't know if I'm going to change yet. I think I'm liking the deck the way it is, but we'll see what happens. This deck, I don't know if I'd play it in the Ultimate Cup format, unfortunately. And it's the one thing about it is you can't play more than 1 copy of this guy, which really limits the deck. I feel you could play the other Impmons, but they're just not as good. So, I mean, you could play it. It would just be, I think, a harder play. Feels like they're really hating on purple in the Ultimate Cup format. I mean, first Merva Loop and now this. It's like, what good purple decks are there to play? I guess maybe Hunters. I don't know if they can't consider that a purple deck. Anyways, I love this deck. I'm looking forward to play it. It might even be the deck I play at the next regionals I go to depending. Well, I think we're going to be into a format then, but for right now, I'm really enjoying the deck. I think it's really great. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'd take it to an Ultimate Cup, but you guys let me know what you think. Tell me if you think it could do well in an Ultimate Cup, or if it would kind of be hard pressed to do something good. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And that's all for now, folks.